Defection politics for personal gain has made democracy a joke, says former Chief Minister ROMEE Bobby. Hello and welcome to MAMI TV English News Update. This is ROMEE NINGOMBAM. Now the news in details. Former Chief Minister of Manipur, ROMEE Bobby, has said defection of people's representatives elected from the term of 5 years to other political parties for their personal gain has made democracy a joke. He said this during the observation of Anti-Terrorism Day held at the office of MPCC to commemorate the 31st death anniversary of former Prime Minister of India, Rajiv Gandhi, today. The observance was attended by top leaders of MPCC and party workers. All the attendees paid floral tribute to the portrait of Rajiv Gandhi. Speaking on the occasion, Ibobi said, Congress is one of the oldest political power in the world which believes in non-violence. It is the duty of every Congress worker to follow in the footsteps of Rajiv Gandhi and fulfill his wishes. The party passed the 10th schedule of the parliament to curb political defections which endanger the foundations of our democracy. Under Rajiv Gandhi's supervision to bring gender equality from the grassroots level, the party passed a bill for 30% reservation for women. This resulted in 30% reservation for women in local body elections. If he was still alive today, there would be 30% reservation for women in parliament and state assembly, Ibobi added.
भारत की डेमोक्रेसी सी मोकरी थागी तारकदौरे हाइना प्रजाना मिहुत ओइना खल्लाबा अदुगुम्बा मित सही मंगागी ओइना खल्लाबा मदु मसागी ओइजबा येंगदना चोंथोक चोंजिनगा तौबसे मसिना मरम ओइदना भारत की डेमोक्रेसी सी फागी तारकदौरे हाइना भारत की पार्लियामेंट 10 शेड्यूल हाइबा तारे मसी चोंथोक चोंजिन यादबाना हाइदना पास तौबिरंबा सिगुम्बा खरा नुपी सिंगी हाइबा तारे भारत लरिबा अखोय पुनमक सब मानना थोंग मानना ओइ चखते हंथना येंगे हाइजबी वानते वुमेन की रिजर्वेशन ग्रासरूट लेवल दगी पंचायत अदगी म्युनिसिपल काउंसिल दा 30% रिजर्वेशन हौदना हुजी कनो तोमली माहना कयुमा हिंगमबा मथंगी शक्ति सरकार मुख पायरम बतारगदी इवन पार्लियामेंट स्टेट असेंबली फाउबा यौना कोई नुपी की रिजर्वेशन सी पुथोकनबा मंगजरमबनी.
A team of Thobal District Commando recovered 8,812 bottles of codeine cough syrup hidden in a Tata truck loaded with sand from Lilong. The arrested person has been identified as Makak Mayum Baharu Islam, age 26, son of Abdul Salam of Lilong, Atokong, Mamanglekai. According to police report, the team recovered the cough syrup from the truck parked near his residence at Lilong, Atokong, Mamanglekai. A commando team led by Superintendent of Police of Thobal District, Jogesandra Haubijam, conducted a search operation at the residence of Baharu Islam. The team found 25 bags of sand in a truck bearing registration number MN045738. While opening the bags, they recovered 8,812 bottles of cough syrup. The arrested person along with the seized items were handed over to Lilong Police Station for further legal action. President of Manipur Pradesh Congress Committee, MLA K. Meghachandra, expressed concern that the situation of poppy plantation in the state cannot be solved by meeting few village chiefs. Despite steps against war on drugs, the problem of poppy plantation is on the rise, he added. He said this during the observation of Anti-Terrorism Day held today at the office of MPCC to commemorate the 31st death anniversary of former Prime Minister of India, Rajiv Gandhi. Speaking on the occasion, MLA Meghachandra said, according to experts' data, the budget of poppy plantation is 3 times that of state's annual budget. This indicates that poppy plantation has increased rapidly in the past few years. This problem cannot be solved by meeting some village chiefs in hill areas. The government can destroy poppy plantation within few hours if they set their mind on it, since it is planted under the jurisdiction of the state. War on drugs has rendered meaningless due to the increase in vast poppy plantation in the hill areas, Megachandra asserted.
Government is government. It can do at any time. It can abolish at any time. Sarkar na sahi ani changna manga changna taruk changna poppy plantation go thatkan have city. It is not a reasonable questions and answer. Sarkar na tau gravity helicopter amani torkan the fire kan the thari jaga sing do. It can abolish at an hour. Pungama de mutat pungame. Adu the sahi taruk changna poppy plantation go thatkan have say. It is not a reasonable questions. It is not a reasonable answer. As the Sarkar the equation mine as a talk there. But the poppy plantation say must be beyond our boundary. That it is within our boundary. It can abolish at any time. See, it is up to the government. Government na talk have the ngamdawa kari lay doing.
The Chief Election Commissioner of India, Rajiv Kumar, along with Election Commissioner Anup Chandra Pandey, decided that they would voluntarily curtail perks and privileges available to them. This is a move that is expected to set a precedent. This is the first time that the CEC and the EC have decided to voluntarily curtail perks and privileges available to them. To observe austerity in personal entitlements, the CEC and ECs have decided not to avail exemption from income tax on sumptuary allowance and avail only one lift travel concession in a year, in place of the 3 LTCs currently available to them. The CEC and ECs are currently entitled to a monthly sumptuary allowance of Rs 34,000. There is no income tax payable by the CEC and ECs on this allowance. Sumptuary allowances are granted to CEC and ECs in addition to their salary to compensate for the expenditure incurred on entertaining visitors. A statement by the Commission read, "The Commission unanimously decided that CEC and ECs will not take any income tax benefits presently given to them." Over 500 families from 2 villages of Assam's flood-hit Jamunamukh district had to resort to living on railway tracks. They had to do this as the railway tracks were the only high ground that had not submerged in floodwaters. Residents of Changjurai and Pasha Pathar village are still reeling from the fact that they lost almost everything in the Assam floods. They have refuge under temporary sets constructed from tarpaulin seats, according to a news report. The villagers claim that they have not received much help from the state government and district administration in the last 5 years. The situation in Assam remains concerning. Over 8 lakh people in 2,585 villages of 29 districts have been hit by the unrelenting downpour. 14 people have died until now due to the landslides triggered by the rains. India recorded a total of 2,323 fresh COVID-19 cases with 25 deaths in the last 24 hours. With this, India's COVID-19 daily increased to 4.31 crore, while the number of active cases came down to 14,996 according to Union Health Ministry data. The number of deaths climbed to 5.24 lakh with the fresh fatalities. The active cases comprise 0.03% of the total infections, while the national COVID-19 recovery rate was recorded at 98.75%, the ministry said. A decrease of 48 cases has been recorded in the active COVID-19 case load in a span of 24 hours. The daily positivity rate was also recorded at 0.47% and the weekly positivity rate was recorded at 0.51%. Meanwhile, the number of people who have recuperated from the disease surged to 4.25 crore. On the other hand, the cumulative COVID-19 vaccine doses administered in the country under the nationwide inoculation drive have exceeded 192.12 across the country. Former Punjab Congress President Navjot Singh Sidhu surrendered before the Patiala court on Friday and has now become prisoner number 241383 in Patiala jail. The Supreme Court sentenced Sidhu to in the 1988 road rage case. After surrendering, Sidhu was sent for a medical examination, following which he was forwarded to jail. After going inside the jail, Sidhu was allotted a prisoner number and shifted to the barrack number 10, which, according to sources, he will be sharing the cell with 8 prisoners serving murder sentences. Sidhu was earlier let off with a fine of Rs 1,000 in March 2018. Now, the maximum possible punishment under Section 323 of the IPC has been awarded to Sidhu. On May 15, 2018, the Apex Court set aside the Punjab and Haryana High Court order convicting Sidhu of culpable homicide and sentencing him to a 3-year jail term in the case, holding him guilty of voluntarily causing hurt to the victim, Gurnam Singh, a senior citizen. Right before the Punjab elections earlier this year, his wife Navjot Kaur Sidhu has said that the case was being pursued at the behest of Shiromani Akali Dal, that is the SAD leader Bikramjit Majithia. Before we wind up the headlines once again. Defection politics for personal gain has made democracy a joke, says former Chief Minister O. Ibobi. And that's it for MAMI TV English News Update. Thank you for watching.
Others Eye Clinic, a unit of Others Medicare Services, Porompat Jennings Main Gate opposite Axis Bank. OPD timing 8:30 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. Monday to Saturday, 8:30 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. on Sunday. Facilities available: comprehensive eye care, cataract surgery, glaucoma clinic, oncology, oncology and aesthetic clinic, cornea and dry eye clinic, medical retina, optical store, OCT, perimetry, yak laser. Free OPD every Saturday. Please contact 600-910-8789.
Nahak pukning wakalgi anaba leibra drug addiction amadi mental disorder treatment gidamak adom karigi wari Manipurda ihan hanbo oina rehabilitation and child care center inkalakliba nahasingita oiba experienced leraba doctors amadi clinical psychologists singna layingjari experts singna counseling piba 24/7 CCTV camera da monitor tawduna kupna senaba morning yoga, healthy diets, weekly health checkup, intensive daily routine. Awaba kayadagi ngakthoknaba leijare Yaipokpa Rehabilitation and Child Care Center, Kwakaithel Akham Lekai. Adongi mathau tarabadi nakanda pijariba contact number asida pau fawbirau.